Today in the studio, we have Perla Hudson, spent nearly 2 decades married to the infamous Slash from Guns N' Roses. She is a force to be reckoned with, a mother of 2 beautiful kids, London and Cash. And after her divorce, Perla has been on a healing path both physically and spiritually. She has been very open on social media about her health struggles with BII, which is breast implant illness. And she is now healing herself and openly sharing her journey and trying to help other women by sharing her symptoms and how she found out and how she is now getting through it, which seems to be an epidemic right now with this breast implant illness. I'm so grateful to have her here for the second time. She is my friend. I love her to death. And thank you, Perla, for sharing this journey with us.
Thank you, Mama. Thank you for having me here.
So I want to talk to you a little bit of we don't need to get into all the how I met you and all that because, you've been on the show before.
We met in kindergarten.
Yeah.
Let's just
We're
keep
friends.
It
We don't talk about how many years we've known each
From
other.
the sandbox.
But you are glowing, girl. You look absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
And I know that you've been sharing on social media a lot of your struggles with BII, which is breast implant illness. And at first I remember talking to you and you didn't even know what breast implant illness was. You weren't feeling well. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the journey and what happened?
I had no idea what any of that was. I just knew that there was something wrong with me. I have a genetic birth defect within my lower back.
Right.
So it always gave me problems. It's called a spondylolisthesis. My vertebrae is pushed 90% forward. So I have a lot of pinched nerves in my lower back. But over time, and after I had both of my kids and strengthening my abs, it created like a corset, like a girdle. So when you have a vertebrae pushed forward, it stopped wiggling. So it got secured. But I was told that by multiple doctors, that when you have a lower back injury, your upper back will start to be symptomatic as well.
You had neck pain too. I remember.
So it was my neck.
Yeah.
So I had this excruciating neck pain. And I would get stem cells and PRP injections. I can't tell you, tens and tens of thousands of dollars on different kinds of things because it would work. And then the less time, it wouldn't hold that long.
Well, yeah, you would get epidurals too.
I got epidurals too. I've had everything. So rewind to, there was the back problems that got worse. They really my neck problems. They really started to kick in around 2017.
Right.
So 2017-ish, 16, it just started getting it just worse and worse and worse, where I wouldn't hold an adjustment. I wouldn't hold a treatment. Then my energy levels were really low. I was tired, sluggish. I was stressed. And I'm attributing all those things to, I'm in the middle of a massive divorce. My entire life has just been grabbed out from under me and shook. So this stress.
Being a mother too,
being a mother, being a single mother of 2 teenage boys, which people out there, y'all think that because they're boys, they're easier. Not so much. Okay.
Right.
So I had all these things. So I kept attributing it to that. Oh, it's divorce. It's stress. It's the kids. I'm getting older. I'm
tired. I remember you were like, I'm so tired all the time.
So I had all of these things happening, and then everything started going faster. But what got me the worst was my memory.
Right.
I would be having a conversation with you and I couldn't remember what I was saying, and it was 2 sentences ago.
Okay. Can I tell you something? I remember you one day in the kitchen. I don't think I've ever really seen you cry. We've been friends for years.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I think I've seen you my whole life cry maybe 1 to 2 times. And you were in the kitchen and you're like, I'm scared. I keep forgetting things. And for you to cry, then I knew, oh my God, this is serious.
And you told me, and I'll never forget it. You told me, well, we're going to check this out. We're going to see if it's your boob situation. If not, then we'll deal with it, because I thought I had some kind of brain problem that was coming. It was bad, Elizabeth.
Well, I know, but it was like a pyramid effect, right? So you had this. I got to tell you, I printed out symptoms
Oh, yeah.
of
I'm across the
BII.
board. I have them all.
It's 4 pages.
Right. Oh, yeah.
It's 4 pages. And yes, you can say, oh yeah, 4 pages. Everybody has something, but it's not just the one thing. It's the, like the rash on the chest. Like you get this rash all of a sudden.
Right now it's come back. I heard that. I did a little research that it goes and comes as you're detoxing.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think it was like these building blocks of symptoms and symptoms, and to the point where you were going to get these epidurals, going to get these shots in your neck, and going through a lot of pain to go through these procedures, but yet finding no release.
It would be shorter and shorter the period of time that I was good. So the reason why I'm giving you guys the dates, and it's really important. It's really important that no matter what, you always check your boobs. Implants, no implants. So I checked my boobs every year. I had a mammogram or an ultrasound, and at the end I ended up having to get a breast MRI. So from between 2017 to 2018, when I get my ultrasound, she goes, "You have a rupture." In 18, which makes sense because 17, everything started to go really fast on me.
Right.
You follow me?
Right.
So I had a rupture. So we go and we get me a MRI, and it says that it looks like they're both ruptured.
Oh
well,
my God, how
no
scary.
wonder I'm feeling so bad so fast, because now they're ruptured. And then not only are they ruptured, my breasts were on recall. Okay, so when your breasts were on recall, there were certain textured gummies that came out. Mine were allergen, that they're recalled for, oh God, multiple reasons. The one that sticks in the most, as soon as I heard recall, I was like, okay, this isn't good.
Right.
Is because they cause cancer, different kinds of cancer.
Yeah, lymphoma. It causes a lot of autoimmune diseases, which, what I'm starting to kind of, think about is when they can't figure out what's wrong with you, it's
say you have
always
autoimmune.
an autoimmune disease.
Which Dr. Jara will be great at being able to explain that to people.
Yeah, she's coming in.
So, yeah.
I'm excited to have her.
So the autoimmune thing, is that situation. But because I had the recall on those implants is because they're known to cause cancer. The implant alone. So at that point, it's 2018, I'm healing. I'm doing my Tony Robbins Platt thing. You guys, I love Tony Robbins. I'm a big follower. He's changed my life, and I've joined his Platt group. So we travel every month. So I'm like, I go see another plastic surgeon, and I'll be honest with y'all. I was like, well, maybe I'll do a little something else here or a little something else there. Do a little eye lift or whatever it is.
Little nip and tuck
A
here,
little nip and
little
tuck.
tuck there.
If I'm going to go under to get my implants removed, I'm going to, go in for something else. And I saw multiple doctors, and they told me it was okay to wait, that back in the Marilyn Monroe days, to quote, they were all running around with ruptured implants.
So
and
wait a
it
minute.
was okay.
The doctor told you that even though they were ruptured,
It was okay to
and
keep
it was
them.
from 2017. So we're like 2017, 18, 19. So
This
or
is in
some-
18 when the doctor told me.
Okay, so 2 years already that they've been leaking, and he told you it was okay
It's
to
okay.
wait.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Because I don't think it was for any other reason other than him not being knowledgeable on breast implant illness or the symptoms and the stuff of the things that can happen to people with leaky implants. It wasn't. I think doctors are just uneducated in this, and a lot of doctors didn't believe in any of this, and now they're believing. Hey, I didn't believe in it. I was like, oh my God, all these bitches talking about they got this, they got that, autoimmune. You know what? I take that back. That was my own judgment. That was wrong of me, because now I found myself in that situation.
Right. Well, I'm so happy that you're coming out and being so vocal and out there on the forefront, because I think a lot of women, I just read this study that when a woman goes to the doctor, they usually think, she's being dramatic or she's being overreactive because it's a woman. When a man goes in, it's viewed a little differently. They're taking a little more serious their symptoms. So the fact that not only you, but it's been a flea or a ton of women that have come out and are now saying how they're feeling, the symptoms that they were feeling before while they had the implants, the feelings after the implants, like how they've been feeling after. And so for you to be, I know you've journaled this on Instagram. You, I believe you showed, did you not show the implant
did.
after? I was shocked. So tell us a little about what you felt when you, after that, where you saw your implant. It was like disintegrated. It was crazy.
You know, it's scary to think that was inside of me. And you know, going back to even getting them in, I had no point. There was no reason for me to get these implants. But again, you know, that was a doctor that, just to say, you know, did unnecessary work on me, because at that point I had already had a breast lift. I had a very small implant on top just for volume. Had that removed, my boobs sagged more. I lost a lot of weight. You remember, I gained 100 pounds when I was pregnant.
Right.
And then another 80 on my next kid. And then my body never really bounced back for a very long time. So when in 2010, when I went in to get these implants, I was going through all kinds of emotional issues, and I immediately went to, let me fix the outside of me instead of the inside. I was having problems in my marriage. I was having just problems altogether with my life and unhappy. So I thought I'd fix.
And also, I'm sorry to interrupt. Also, you're going through this very public divorce.
No, this is 2010 when I got them in.
Oh,
when
right.
I got them
Okay.
in. So I had no business doing it. So I go to this doctor. I'm like, you know what? They're sagging again. I don't like them.
Right.
I want you to take care of it. You know, just cut out my breast tissue and give me some cute, perky, big fake ones. And he's like, yeah, great idea. What are you talking about? Cut out my breast tissue? Because now that I've had my explant, I was like, we got to like save the breast tissue, whatever I had, to give me some. So there is just the other end of the spectrum of doctor that was informed, that knew he shouldn't have done that to me going into it. Then we have the doctor, fast forward, who I am 100% certain that he just didn't know and didn't believe in this, you know, situation.
BII.
The BII, exactly.
Right.
So there's a lot of misinformation. There's a lot of uneducation out there. It's exactly what you said, that we're considered to be, you know,
dramatic, and it's just like, you know. Well, I've talked to several plastic surgeons, and it seems like they're doing more removals than they are doing implants.
It's 2020. So, it's like big
and
titties are
it's
so
time.
1990s.
And you know, it's not. Nobody's crying wolf when it's woman after woman after woman after woman after woman coming out and talking about it, you know, and getting sick. And you were seriously sick for a very long time, and you have a lot of energy. I don't know. I know you did Tony Robbins. I did one of them with you, and I don't know how your strength. You've always had a lot of energy. You've always worked out since I've known you. And
not as much as I should. If not, I wouldn't have gained the 100 pounds.
Well, yeah, you were pregnant, and I think I think also when you're pregnant, it's first time. You for some reason you think.
I didn't start to really live healthy till I was like in my late 30s. To be honest, let's be honest here, guys. Okay.
Yeah, but also, yeah. Well, you know, I think we all kind of went through our phases, but now, you know, it's funny that you were trying to live this healthy lifestyle, right, and be clean and spiritual and really, and then you have this poison in your body. I think about that. Like, you're doing all this work to heal everything, and inside your body you have these things that are
making me toxic, that are stressing out my body.
It's
so
crazy.
So since I got them out, listen, I don't know if it's because of this new meditations that I'm doing or what, but I'm putting it on the implants. I feel so, since I've gotten them out, I feel so, I get tearful. I feel so grounded and connected to the earth, to myself. I'm not as stressed. I'm not as affected. Now, is it because my body isn't stressed out fighting this constantly? I'm sorry. We have to attribute something to that.
Yes.
That's a biggie.
Yes, it is.
And the way I feel since I've gotten them out, it's night and day.
Well, I got to tell you, I went to see you after you had the implants
Thank you
removed.
for always being there for me, too.
Girl, you know.
Ride or die.
Ride or die.
Someday we die.
I was there. I went to see you, and I was like, okay, Perla, tell me the truth. Did you get something a little like laser? You're like, no. And I'm like, nothing. The white of your eyes are really clear. Your skin was glowing. And I was like, girl, you look like 5-10 years younger, and you're like, I feel phenomenal. Like, do you feel how fast after you got them out did you? Obviously, you feel like crap the first few days after surgery.
You're high as fuck.
Well,
Can
and
I
you're
curse?
in pain.
Can I curse?
Yeah, of
okay,
course.
sorry.
Of course, you're my friend.
Okay, fucking great.
You go through that period that sucks after surgery of like the first 3 or 4 days, the pain. But how did you feel after you get through that part of it?
It was pretty immediate. My face was like day 2, it changed the way it looked, like the whites of my eyes and the brightness. And normally you're pretty gross and messed up after having all this anesthesia in you, so I took the oxys for a couple of days, and then I was like, okay, they're making me sick. A good friend of mine brought me over some CBD and THC oils, which was great. And as soon as, at that point, I just felt like I started looking different. Like my face looked different. The rash went away immediately. And I've had it off and on.
What about
forever.
the pain in your neck and your back?
The pain, absolutely, it's not the same kind of pain. I still have it. Like I did a Pilates class yesterday, which I think I probably overdid it. So I have like, I told you I think I pinched
you feel
a
so
nerve
good
or
now.
something.
You're like, ah.
Yeah, I think there's something to say with that. But the pain that I feel is different. Oh, and here's the big thing is, I lost 15 pounds.
Wow.
And it wasn't because I changed my eating, and my tits didn't weigh 15 pounds. I think all the inflammation in my body. Does inflammation weigh? Can anyone tell us if it does?
Of course, it has to.
So I feel as though it's like someone took a fucking straw through one of the little holes in my body and sucked everything, and I just shrunk. It was immediate. It's crazy. That was immediate. I take supplements, turmeric, everything for inflammation on the regular, and I just don't feel and look so puffy and inflamed anywhere.
Right. And so what do you hope to accomplish being vocal and going out and really putting yourself out there? And because you've put it out there, you've like really done your surgery. And I know you have told me in private that you really want to help and inform and educate women. Like how do you feel about coming out and talking about it? Like, what are you hoping for?
There's different kinds of people in this world. And I, for certain, am a lover of people, usually to my detriment, okay? I love people. I love human beings. And I want to help. And I want to be of service however I can. And I think the best way to be able to help people is through your own experiences. I'm not saying that my experience is your experience. However, I have all this information. And if I don't put it out there, I'm doing women an injustice,
a disservice,
a disservice. Thank you, and being selfish if I don't at least share my story, take it or leave it. However, I've been very vocal. I have a lot of people that DM me. I've been going back and forth with this girl today. She's like, "Yeah, they're on recall. I've got the ones." I said, "What are you waiting for?"
Yeah.
Or fuck the MRI, fuck the ultrasound, go get them out. So, yeah, I am kind of pushing my opinion on people, but then again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not anybody, and I can.
Well, it's not just your opinion. I don't think you're pushing your opinion. I think you're expressing your experience.
True. Yeah, that's it. And I feel as though if I don't say it, I'm just doing everybody a disservice. It's like if I know that you're going to cross the street and get hurt, if you're going to cross a specific street and I've crossed it, if I don't tell you, hey, don't go that way, you're going to get in trouble. What kind of a human being would that make me be?
Right.
So.
Because you're on this spiritual journey now. So,
well,
girl,
even before my spiritual journey, when I was a ghetto ass bitch, which I still am, you can't take that out of me. Even still then, I want to help people.
Yeah.
And I just feel, and that's what we have to do. We have to help each other. This is a fucked up world we live in today. And if people aren't sharing information and saying what's up, then we got a problem.
Well, listen, I appreciate you sharing the information because you're trying to get me to go, and I'm dragging my feet, and I need to go get checked, and I really admire that you're putting it out there, and and really you're not pushing an agenda. You're just saying your experience, and that's what we need more of. So many times, we don't want to be open about a situation, but really at the end of the day, the point is to help each other and really kind of be informed.
There's a breast implant illness website, and this woman, Nicole, is super knowledgeable, and she's like the source of information for this. And then there was the Facebook groups and stuff, and I'm not that active on Facebook. I'm lucky if I know how to check my freaking messenger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But there's all these things on there, and then there's a list, and there's specific doctors that are on this list that are ones that are recommended to do the explant. And the issue was everyone that I called, I couldn't get into for like 6 months or a year. Even Dr. Strawn, I couldn't get in with him.
Perla, so what was the final thing that made you actually believe that there was such a thing as BII, or actually really look into it?
Well, you know, I kind of heard about it, seen some things on Instagram, but you know, when I was going to different doctors, I had met a guy that was the source for the doctors for the stem cells, got his stem cells, went to another doctor. I go to my other doctor that I went to for years, who's awesome, Dr. Kogan, and I'm just not holding things. I'm getting massages, I'm getting treatments, ultrasound, stim, you name it. So
going down the gamut of things.
Everything. So, and you know, looking for like some new kind of chiropractic stuff that I haven't done yet. So my trainer tells me, she's like, oh my God, she's like, you have to go see Dr. Jara. I'm like, okay, it was Dr. Jara. She's like, she's got this spinal decompression machine. So I had never been in one of those yet. And it's basically a giant machine the size of a car that I lay in. She straps my forehead into a little thing and it does these tiny pulls. So here I'm like, okay, cool, great. Let me go see if I could release some of the pressure on my spine. So I go to Dr. Jara and I'm telling her my whole story and she's giving me the, you know, the interview, the whatever the doctors do. And she says, are your boobs real? I said, well, no, they are because I paid for them, you know, they're mine because I bought them, they're real. She's like, well, no, seriously, are they real? I'm like, well, no. She goes, you know what? I bet you anything that your problems in your neck and your back are related to your implants. You need to have this checked. And she's like, and she was the one that told me about the website, the woman, and everything. She goes, you need to look into this now. I'm like, yeah. And then when I told her that they were on recall and ruptured, she's like, are you fucking crazy?
She's like, right now. Stat.
And the first time I saw her, I don't recall her telling me that she had hers taken out. She didn't quite tell me what her experience was.
Right.
She had recommended a doctor in Costa Rica. She's from Costa Rica. She's Latina too. And that doctor's on the list. And then she told me that she had been through it too. And I was like, okay, well, and every time I'd go see her to get strapped in this machine 2-3 times a week, it's like, have you done anything? Have you checked your boobs yet? Have you gone to see any doctors? And really, if it wasn't for her, I'd be walking around with implants waiting to get my neck tightened or my eyelids done with these ruptured things making me sick in a fucking walker.
Well, that's good. Yeah, she put like urgency on it.
She really did. And so if she was the doctor that knew about it, all the other doctors didn't. My internist didn't. My chiropractors didn't. Orthopedist didn't. Orthopedic surgeon didn't. No one did.
Well, she does functional medicine. I was reading all about her, and she's coming on the show, and I can't wait to have her.
Well, I've seen other functional medicine doctors as well, and they didn't have it down. They didn't know about this thing.
Well, she's also speaking from experience, too.
Absolutely.
Which is huge.
Yeah.
So, Perla, you know, thank you for coming out. And we talked on a very serious subject, a very serious topic. But, you know, we always got to have a little fun. So I want to play a little game with you that I play with all my guests. It's called Never Have I Ever. And I have if you have done it, and never if you haven't. And I'm going to play with you.
I might as well just do this. Just leave it there the whole time.
It was hard, girl. It was hard. Okay, here we go. Never have I ever looked at my significant other's text.
Yeah, come
we
on
keep
now.
it.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
Detective Perla Hudson.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Never have I ever given anyone a fake phone number.
Yep.
Okay. Never have I ever had sex in an elevator.
I
have. Okay. Never have I ever tried to skinny dip in a public place.
Oh. You haven't skinny dipped in a public place?
Not in a well, I guess I have at the beach. Yeah. That's a public place. Okay, so I have. Okay. Never have I ever gone out with a girlfriend's ex.
Never.
Never.
No.
I don't break girl code.
No,
Yeah.
never.
Okay, last one. Never have I ever called someone the wrong name during sex.
Not that I remember.
Yeah, not that I remember. Thank God I don't remember a lot. Well, thanks, girl. Thanks for playing. And could you give everybody your social media handles?
Oh, yeah. I'm at Perla F. Hudson. That's PerlaFhudson. Perla, Perla. Not that American Pearl shit. No. Yeah.
Thanks, Mama. I love you so
love you
much. You look
I
fabulous.
love you too. You want to see my tits?
Show me your tits.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to Left Unsupervised. Don't forget to stalk us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Left Unsupervised Podcast. We'll catch you guys next week. Thanks for listening.